Hi, Michelle Crawford.
Hi, everybody. It's Michelle Crawford here with Canna Curious Coaching. And here today we have my good friend, my Canna-bestie, my biggest fan, and a huge motivation and inspiration for me. Her name is Kirstie Chadsey from We Can and Kirstie Chadsey Coaching. Kirstie, would you mind telling the people a little bit about yourself?
Oh, thanks so much, Michelle. So happy to be here. Yes, I would go a little one step further. Big fan, yes. Canna-bestie for sure. Stalker. Come on, Michelle.
Stalker.
I'm your stalker. It gets a little
Canna
creepy
stalker.
sometimes. You're Canna stalker. I'm a little creepy. Yes, I'm so fortunate to have you in my world. I am Kirstie Chadsey. I am the very proud founder and director of We Can, our networking group, our Women Empowered Cannabis Advocates Network. Our incredible, right? We can
We
together.
can.
We can do this thing. And also Kirstie Chadsey Coaching, working on some fun stuff there. And cannabis and you and all the things are my happy place. They are truly my
Awesome.
happy place.
Okay, welcome. Okay, so today we're not talking about some of the other shiz, I'm going to say, that we talk about sometimes
Right.
on my channel as Canna-besties. And you might remember Kirstie from before. We've had some really fun videos together.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about Kirstie as a student in my homemade health program because guess what? It's enrollment time. Actually,
Yay.
enrollment time is all the time, but I do some really special live classes 3 times a year. So I try to do a little run up towards those live classes, and this is a part of it. So Kirstie has been a student in homemade health, not just once, not just twice. No, no, baby. That's right. She has gone all 3 times.
All
She's a
three
true
times, and
person.
she can't wait to do all 3 times this year.
Right. And so today we're going to talk about what was Kirstie's experience with homemade health as a kind of testimonial. And if you are interested in this, stick around because you don't want to miss a single word this lady has to say about my course.
Truth,
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 truth.
truth. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. You're making this very easy today.
Thank you so much. I try, I'm proud of my course too, but more I'm proud of what the students who have taken my course have been able
Oh,
to do with it, right?
absolutely.
The miracle, right,
Absolutely.
Kirst?
Right? Oh, I'm
All right.
literally seeing all their faces.
I
Absolutely, Michelle.
know, I know. All right, everyone. Tink, 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 tink. Let's get into it. Kirstie Chadsey is her name. And what title and position would you like to claim?
I'm going to claim founder and director of the Women Empowered Cannabis Advocates Network. Woo, woo, shout out. And mom, wife, director of business development for James Allen. Yeah, lots of hats, but that's my favorite hat. That's my favorite hat.
I'm going to also throw on graduate of the Cannabis Coaching Institute on there.
Thank you very much for shouting out our alumni. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Yes, very proud graduate from the Cannabis Coaching Institute.
Where I also am a grad student mentor as well as a graduate from Kirstie's cohort, and that's how we know each other. See, you need to find your cannabis bestie at Cannabis Coaching Institute or Homemade Health. So, right?
For
Right.
sure. And it's going to happen. Oh my
And
gosh,
it's going to
yes.
happen. And where are you coming at us from,
I
Kirstie?
am coming from beautiful Brentwood, California, not the OJ one down in Southern California, the beautiful one up in Northern California, just outside of San Francisco. Easy hours hop from my Canna-bestie, Michelle Crawford. So, yeah,
Over here
I'm
in
here in the
San
beautiful Bay
Jose.
Area.
That's right. We're coming at you representing the Bay Area. You might have seen our videos about going to the Emerald Cup with our friend Whitney, also a CCI grad. I mean, it just goes around and around. All right, let's get into homemade health. Homemade health. What is it, Kirstie?
Oh, really? I get
Yeah,
Homemade
please.
Health is the most incredible course for those of you that are curious about making medicine with cannabis. And I mean literally from A to Z. Michelle teaches you all of it. We do it together. There's such a great support in this community. So when somebody's got an issue, Michelle's going to help you out, but so are the rest of your compadres, if you will. Michelle empowered me to take the beautiful cannabis plants that I grow and turn them into incredible medicine for my friends and family. It was, and I say it all the time, Michelle, but it's so you gave me the confidence because I don't want to say, like Michelle says, I could have found this information. I know that. But the way that you brought it to me and the support and encouragement and the confidence that you gave me. And I will say that's only grown because like you said, and I know there are people going, wait, you've taken it 3 times. I have. The course has managed to morph, but I am absolutely going to say I have taken equally as much from all 3 times that I've taken the course, true story. And a couple of things were early on I was a little too nervous about. As you know, I didn't get my Source Turbo
Your
until class
sorceress.
number
Yeah, you
3,
didn't become a
right?
sorceress until the third time.
I didn't become a sorceress. So I loved that. I literally learned so much each time, allowed myself to take in and process what I could. And then truly with each step. And I, without a doubt, know that I will be taking something from your upcoming course launch that I know that I will, Michelle. I do every time. I take it from you. Repetition really is the best teacher, but to also have it in this environment of these beautiful, like-minded souls that, it's not one person wanting to help you. Everybody wants to go, oh, I had this, I did that, try this. So it's so empowering. And like I said, it took away that fear of, but I live in beautiful Northern California. I can go buy any of this stuff. Why would I do this? Why wouldn't you do this is where you will land after this course.
Why wouldn't you?
Why
Especially,
wouldn't you do
yeah, why
this?
wouldn't you? Honestly, you will come to that. I agree. I agree with you. Thank you so much for that beautiful description of your experience of homemade herbal.
Thank you. Oh, it's so true. It's so true.
So you were with me when it started off. It's just a 4-week tinctures course.
Oh my gosh, when you say that, right? I was
Yeah.
patient 0. I was client 0. I couldn't buy that thing quick enough, right?
I know. You were
Gosh,
mad
Michelle.
when someone else beat you to buying the new 10-week class.
I'm just saying I might have been a little bit sad, but it's okay. It's okay. Yes,
Either
I'm
way,
going to have to
we know
learn
you
as your
love him, so
stalker.
it's okay,
Right?
right?
We're growing more and more Michelle fans, so I'm going to have to share. I'm going to have to share.
You can be their leader. It's fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. All right. So I was wondering, when you came to the class, what was your motivation? What did you want? Why did you? I mean, I know that you're going to say friendship, and I think that's going to be different from maybe
Right.
hearing this, but I don't think
Right.
it's, wrong to mention. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. The truth is, you're absolutely right. I was head over heels in love with you, wanting to support you, both of us, as we were doing. What did we want to do with this? We knew we wanted to get this word out. We knew we wanted to take the incredible education that we had and help other people. But yes, it was my love of you and wanting to support you. So maybe on some level that made it even more magical because I knew your awesomeness, but to get in this course and literally have you, I'd read the things. Shout out Andrea Mahard. I have the best cannabis science teacher in the whole wide world, CCI. So, but the way that you taught us and the ease and the comfort that you right out of the gate instilled in us, Michelle, and that, you hear people say it all the time that there isn't ever a dumb question. You are such a model of that. And you really did. I don't think, well, I know I did. I didn't have any expectation to take that course and literally have it go, oh my gosh, like I said, why am I giving the dispensaries this money? Why am I not sure of exactly what ingredients, where even some of this plant is sourced from? Like, seriously, why would I not maximize the fact that I am a grower, that I do understand these things now and make my own medicine, not have to question it? I have, as you know, it has changed my life very sincerely. Michelle was my cannabis coach and the first person that really got through to me that a multi-cannabinoid tincture is my medicine. It is my regular daily. It's not a treat. It's not a reward. You changed my life with that. And you empowered me through your course to help to change several of my friends and family members, as you know, to be able to say to them, let me show you how easy this is. I have my husband, my son, my best friend. I have so many people, thanks to what you taught me in your course, that made me feel confident to say to them, let me show you how simple this is. I don't want you spending $90 on that maybe has what you need in it, but maybe has some other bullshit that shouldn't be in it, when you can literally just take this and do this. That's what you did.
Was it simple and easy?
Oh, Michelle. And you said that out of the gate. And I think I was still in that way. How simple can it be? You made it so simple, like I said, and made me open up my mind to, well, I'm never going to need a Source Turbo. I'm never going to need a this to, of course I'm going to need those things. Again, why would I not? If I've got access and have my own plant medicine, why am I not going to want to purpose it into the best medicine that I can for myself and my loved ones?
Why wouldn't you? And you
Why
had
wouldn't
so much
I?
success with the concentrates. That was a big aha for you. Oh, what's on your desk? There it
Do you
is.
mean these?
I mean those that
You
you
mean
made
these?
in your
Do
own
you mean the
tinctures.
two that my Canna-bestie brought me at the Emerald? Do you mean
Right.
these?
Oh, look, I have one here on my desk too with my
Right? Do you
old
mean?
sticker. Do you know about this sticker, like Total Spectrum
Oh my God, I
Lifestyle?
love your old sticker. I love it so much. Oh my God, look how cute that is. Right? That's totally, I have that bottle from a year and a half ago and I'm never getting rid of it. I'm never getting rid of it. But no, you really, this is my medicine and I can titrate up and titrate down. And do I want more of a little sleepy effect? Do I want a little bit more energizing? I mean, these literally, as you know, Michelle, they travel with me in a makeup pouch in my purse. I am never without the option to, however small. I mean, there are times when in the middle of my day job, my work day, I can feel myself getting a little bit wound up, a little too much. Literally in 2 seconds, I can reach over and go, I'm just going to take a couple drops of CBD and immediately feel better.
Yes.
Immediately bring myself back into homeostasis and go, okay, I'm good. I got this. I
So
got this.
control of your medicine,
Yes.
budget, control of your day and mood and pain. I mean,
Absolutely.
what's not
It's
to
been
love
life changing.
about
It really
it?
has. And again, you were the person, Michelle, it took you to say to me, because I knew that cannabis was helping me. I've been a medical patient for a decade now. I knew it was helping me, but I didn't really understand why. And you were the first person to literally say to me, this isn't just what you take at the end of the day when you're debilitated in pain, Kirstie. This isn't something that you treat yourself to. You know me and my verbiage, that
Yes.
you treat yourself to when you've deserved it. This is something you take every day. You put those in my hand. I think it was May of 21. And literally, it changed my life, Michelle. The changes, all the work that I've done emotionally, that's a whole other conversation. None of those things could have happened if it weren't for this regular medicine in my system and all that it has opened me up to and brought to my life. It's amazing. It really is.
The magic is in the consistency.
Yes, it is. It really, really is.
Lesson 2 from Homemade Health. You know what
Right?
I mean? Yeah, it makes
Totally.
me angry when people only take cannabis as a patch, as a band-aid,
Yes.
as a treat. I hate when people pay a lot of
Yes.
money at the dispensaries for a product and then they don't want to use it every day because it's too expensive. And
Oh my
Kirstie is
gosh.
number one example of that. And she didn't like it when I got mad.
I did. But I loved you for, and like I said, and I tell this story all the time. I go, you can do it occasionally, but I'm telling you that is not going to be your magic. That is not going to get you to that place. This needs to be a regular thing. And you're so right, Michelle. I was that person that went, I spent $90 on this. I need to ration this. I
Make
need
it
to,
last.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I need to make this last. Oh, my back has to be, I have to be at a 7 to allow myself to take this. Like,
Oh
can
my
I
God.
swear? What the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
That's so stupid.
Oh my
That's so
God.
stupid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got to pause. I can't believe I'm going to do this to you. Hold on. I've got a dog losing her shit. Let me go figure out what
Okay.
her
One
deal
sec.
is. I'm sorry, honey. Abby, let's do it.
And we're back after a little dog problem. Whatever.
Right.
Whatevs. It's
What else?
fine. We have
Life,
dogs.
right?
Everybody understands. Okay, so what were your doubts, I think, in taking the class with me? Maybe before, or maybe before any of the 3 classes you've taken with
Right?
me.
Truthfully, no, that's
What
such a good
were your
question.
doubts?
Truthfully, that believe it or not, even as a CCI grad, that maybe because you are so knowledgeable, very sincerely, your breadth of understanding of making medicine, I think on some level, especially that first run, I was a little intimidated because again, I'm your stalker. I want you to love me as much as I love you. So I did. I think I was concerned that, oh gosh, what if I really don't get this? And very sincerely, it's as easy as you always said it was. It
I
true,
didn't tell you guys.
like seriously, like I even as I'm saying that to you, it's like I can't believe I felt that way, but I did. I absolutely felt like okay, you know and love this plant, but is this just maybe a notch above? Are you not this DIYer? And you have just, like I said, you've changed me completely on that.
I think a lot of people would be surprised. In my last video that from the Philippines, I mentioned that so many of my students in the first year of teaching homemade health courses were from CCI. And it's
Right.
like, I think that people are a little surprised that there's so much cannabis education and business planning and mindset mentorship at CCI and not DIYing. There's
Yes,
really not a ton of DIYing
you're
at
absolutely right,
all. And
Michelle.
another
No,
thing that, yeah, so like, I think that knowing that's what we do in homemade health, and that's what differentiates us from
totally.
the CCI curriculum and what you learn there, it's not just the learning of the DIY. As a matter of fact, if you don't actually do the DIY, how do I feel about that, Kirstie?
She's not a fan.
Not a fan.
She is not a fan, right? You got to, but you're so right. And again, that was something in that first round when I was being a little bit slower to do the things that you were assigning us to do. Like, ooh, you need to do it because it, like you said, it's literally in that, wait a minute, I just put this in here and that took 2 minutes. And I have a fabulous tincture. Like it's so cute. I think I've told you this, but Jason just made a couple of tinctures for himself last week before he went on his trip. Like Michelle and I go, I should be taking pictures of you for Michelle. She's going to let, so I love, again, this is my husband who doesn't DIY, doesn't do any of these things. And this has now been such a regular part of our life for a year. He's like, can I make a CBD before I head to Hawaii? I'm a little low. I'm like, I love that so much. Of course you can, right? Absolutely.
Oh my God. So your husband, who's not a DIYer at all, has picked up the techniques because he has no fears and no worries and no presuppositions about himself.
How cute is that?
He's like, oh, this is how you do it. You take this thing and you put it in there. I can do that too, right?
How cute is that? Seriously, when we went down, I think I told you, when we went down for Thanksgiving to Southern California, I took many bottles for Jackson, for Karina, several, and literally I'm like, oh, I'm running out of time for this. I still got to do this. And Jason goes, no, you don't, babe. I already made the tinctures. I'm like, that's the cutest thing ever, right? So no, it's the ease of it, the understanding of it. And you're so right. Again, I've said it to you, and I'm a little bit biased. I'm a little bit biased for CCI and for you, of course. But the truth is, they are the perfect pairing.
Perfect pair. They're
the perfect pairing to go through CCI, that coaching program, get that unbelievable education from Andrea, like bar none. I've read the books, I've watched the unbelievable education, that mindset work that is such a critical piece that Nikki gives to us. The coaching, it is such a beautiful program and brings so much to you. But this piece, that DIY, it does. It's a whole other level of understand, not just of being able to make medicine, but of understanding the plant. That's what I didn't expect, is it really did. Again, I could say multi-cannabinoid and knew that's what I was doing, but you really helped me with bring it around and go, yes, there is a reason for the acidic versions of these things and not just the decarbed and all of those things that, again, in CCI, I was learning and I understood, but then you helped me literally put it into action, which is where everything goes click, click, click. I got it. Click, click, click.
Practical application. Putting your hand to the work, it really brings a new level of understanding that just isn't gained. I'm a teacher. I love it. I work at CCI. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But, I also understand that when it comes to learning how to do it yourself, you have to do it yourself to learn.
You have to do it yourself. You have to, but like I said, that's what you're so good about. That's such an empowering piece of it, is even me with the knowledge that I had and the experience was still that little hesitation. And then you do it. Hi, there's a video of Michelle turning me into a sorcerer.
Yes.
But it's that, oh my gosh. Why was I so overstressing? If
you want to see the video of Kirstie becoming a sorceress, you're going to have to ask for it. That's all I got to say.
Oh my gosh, you have to ask for it. It's everything.
And I'll send
you have to ask for it. But it really is you saying, no, Kirst. And again, think about it. I expected you, because I'm so lucky to get to go to your kitchen. I expected you to kind of, here's how you do it, Kirst. And you're like, Kirst, grab this. Kirst, and it's like, oh, I should have known better. She's going to make me do this. And thank goodness you did. But then those of you that are going to treat yourself, if you can get your pause on the video, you see me. So like, I'm so glad you made me do it. And it did give me that confidence. It's like, again, I absolutely can do this. And there's so many reasons to do it.
There are. All right. I'm trying to look at like my notes here because
good girl.
And meanwhile, showing off my hat.
Showing off your fabulous hat and sweatshirt. Canna-Curious Coaching.
Canna-Curious Coaching, merch products coming at you. Get ready for more because Canna-Curious Coaching is looking like it's going to turn into Canna-Curious Couture.
Oh my gosh, wait until you guys see. All right, it's a little tiny baby right now, but wait till you see it. Yeah.
Wait till you see it.
Wait till you see it.
So what were you expecting would happen when you took Homemade Health? Tinctures, topicals, and concentrates. What were you expecting?
I was expecting. No, that's a good one, Michelle. And then, of course, I'm already like, oh my God, what wasn't I expecting is probably the better answer. But what I was expecting was your ease of teaching. It's so obvious. You are you are a natural teacher. So I was expecting to understand. I knew it, no matter how much I'd play around in my head with, I'm intimidated by this. I knew you were going to help me understand it. I knew that I was going to come away with an understanding of plant medicine beyond what I had. exponentially. And I knew that this was going to be a good thing. I knew that in my love of this plant and in my love of wanting everyone to understand her, that how to make the medicine, not just how to take it, but how to make that medicine, I knew that could be a helpful piece in my cause. And as I'm out talking about it all the time, it wasn't just, well, and you can get it that and you can get this. It's that much deeper, and you can very easily make this yourself. So so I knew I was going to be in for a great course. I did. And it absolutely was. Can I go?
What I didn't expect,
right? What
anyway,
I didn't expect, I did not expect, and I should have, the beautiful community that you've built. I did not expect, I mean that so sincerely, Michelle, because you, as a space holder from one to another,
I know,
you're amazing.
I'm fellow space
right?
holders.
But truly, I did not expect that beautiful camaraderie and shared experience that you brought us all to. It got to a point where it wasn't just, oh, I can't wait for Michelle to see my homework, but it was, I can't wait to see everybody, right? It was, oh, I can't wait to see what Alex thinks of that. And so I love that piece of it. I didn't expect the beautiful community that you built for us, and just how much that helped us. You know what I mean? Because you're one person. If we're all in need of you built this incredible tribe of us so that we could help each other out, so that we could, hey guys, I'm looking for this, or so somebody could say, oh, Michelle's got that here in Slack, or here's the answer. And then you could chime in, yep, perfect advice. I love what Whitney said about this. Or I didn't expect how beautifully the support of your homemade health community would become so important. Like I said, it literally went from, oh, I need to stalk Michelle and I need her to be proud of me too, I want to share this with everybody and I can't wait to hear what they all say. So yeah, the community piece that you did. And again, I don't think I expected, actually, I didn't expect it. But one of the biggest treats for me, which again, I know you've heard it, is the confidence.
Yeah.
That uneasy, I'm just not sure, that confidence that you gave me. And I realize it not just when I make my medicine, but I realize it even more in the conversations that I have. Like after a BNI meeting, or very seriously. And then I go, girl, you know your stuff. Thank you, Michelle Crawford. So I do. The community that you built and my confidence, not to just talk about this plant, but to talk about the ease of making medicine with it and to talk about the reasons why. I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, so good, Kirstie. Oh, so proud of you.
I know, right? I'm proud of me too.
I mean, seriously, like I want to talk about your results, but this question actually makes me want to ask you a question that we didn't go over. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
But our class logo, motto, is and actually how we run the class. So just so you know, what is homemade health? Homemade health, when you buy it, you can pay as little as $135 a month to start today. You get access to the online course. Just take it. It's there for you. You could watch all the videos and read all the stuff in a single day, a couple hours. Honestly, amazing. It's not like it isn't a lot in there, but it's not like that's the entire thing. If you want the recipes and you want to watch videos of me and my mom making tinctures, topicals, and concentrates, then you got it the first second you buy it. But more than that, what Kirstie's talking about now is the experience of joining the live class, which I host for 10 weeks, 3 times a year. And what happens in there is just straight magic. Like, it is. This is how the class works. We get together, I do a blessing, and then I open up the class, and we do like maybe a tarot card reading is the blessing, something like that. And then we do a little bit of breakout groups where we talk about like our projects and cannabis stories and cannabis topics. And that is where a lot of cool things happen, like getting to know each other, becoming a community, creating bonds, and making friends.
Totally.
And then the other half of class is what I call make, take, share. And I wanted to ask Kirstie what she feels hashtag or whatever make, take, share means to her, because that's our little class motto. But it's also the part of class where I go to the forum and you were supposed to have done the homework and put a post of it, like a picture and a little description of like, how did it go? Do you have any questions? Or it went great. Look at my stuff. It's stunning. Check out my hot label game,
Right? I was just thinking of Kiona's label. I really was. Right?
I mean, we talk about all that stuff, but then basically the other half of class is let's go into the forum. Let's look at the work. Let's talk about each person's project. If you've ever been into coaching before, it's like kind of like being in a really cool hot seat.
It is.
You get attention, you get your questions answered. And other people in the class start asking stuff too.
Yes.
Hey, Kirstie, why did you choose avocado butter? Have you been doing that for a while?
Totally.
Blah, 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 blah questions that you get to answer because it was your
Right.
project.
Right.
And then I can, of course, this makes you more confident talking about your projects out in the world. So
Right.
what does make, take, share mean to you, Kirstie? It's
Oh,
half of
make,
the
take,
class,
share.
but
First
it's
of all,
also our motto, right?
first of all, the most fabulous tagline ever. It is so you, it is so homemade health. It is so make, take, share is everything. And I will tell you, and because I know you know this, but my son says it. Jackson will say it. Jason will say it. And it just, it's so powerful and beautiful to me when they say it, because it is. You show us how to make the medicine. You show us the importance of taking the medicine. And then that piece that I think, at least for everybody in your community now, that sharing of it. And that sharing doesn't necessarily have to be me saying, here you go, here's a bottle, but that sharing of your knowledge of how to do it. Of that time that I told you when my dad was losing it was time for him to leave this planet. We lost him last spring. Being able to have that conversation with my best friend and say, here's how we're going to make his tincture. Here's a concentrate, Shannon. Here I put MCT oil in, and her just sitting there just amazed. I went, I don't want you buying from the dispensaries anymore. This is only the good stuff, nothing else. And maybe this is going to help Dad not suffer so much. So make, take, share is everything. And it really has become, it is who I am with regards to cannabis is medicine, because it is. And that's thanks to you. It is. I feel like you've encapsulated everything that program is, and everything that those of us that want to make cannabis medicine want, which is to make it, to take it, and to share it. I mean, it really is. So I love, you know me, make, take, share for life, baby.
Take share for life. I know,
Totally.
right? As I'm planning all the merch, make, take, share is definitely like a whole line.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
Okay. How would you describe the experience of being in HH for yourself or for others? You know what I mean?
Oh, magical, magically delicious. You get to fangirl out with you, but like I said, it's that camaraderie piece that's just so beautiful. And like you were saying, when you go up and show, kind of here's Kiona's new labels and Alex with her first round of sort, it's so amazing to see those and to watch, your peers, your friends do these things, and it just helps your confidence level. And even that piece of when there is a struggle, you're not alone. And the fact that you never, I will tell you, I say this about you, Michelle, you don't get rattled. And that's such an important piece. I think there's a lot of teachers out there that when there's an issue, it can kind of be they're like, oh, okay, so let's try this, let's try that. And that is, again, I think that's so empowering. You don't need to lose your shit and be panicked about anything. We're going to figure it out. There's going to be a solution, and that energy that you bring to, again, that trust in, no, you've got this. You can learn this, you can understand this, and you can do this, that you regularly remind us of, is just, it's beautiful. It really is.
Aww, thank you so much.
It really is.
You've had some real results come from this. And
Oh,
I'm talking
man.
factual and actual, and not just for you.
No.
Can you talk a little bit about some of those stories? Because they're powerful.
I would be honored. First, I will share that I am somebody who suffers from some pretty serious chronic pain issues. I have really severe osteoarthritis in my lower back. I am somebody who has struggled with their mental health for their entire life. I have severe reoccurring depression, which sometimes really has kicked my ass a lot of times in my life, for months and weeks, and even a couple of times for years at a time. And since you, very seriously, way before Homemade Health, okay, 6 months, but since you basically said, Kirstie, take these, they're not a treat, every day, multi-cannabinoid, this is going to help you. And I know you've heard it before, but truly, I still marvel at it. And Jason and I even talk about it. It didn't take me a week to literally feel a shift. And it's not like I was taking a ton. And again, I was a regular taker. So that it helped me in more ways than I knew. It helped me with my health. It helped me with my pain issues. Girl, I loves me a cannabis suppository. We finally said it. Shout out to the S word, suppository.
Suppository.
Holy Toledo. Talk about some magnificent pain relief. We're not even going to talk about weed lube and the other deliciousness. But between my pain, but truly with my mental health, I have been in very intense therapy, dealing with some very serious post-traumatic stress that I haven't wanted to deal with, and a lot of yuck that I just haven't wanted to process, that I always just wanted to set to the side. I truly believe, and so do my therapists, you putting these regular multi-cannabinoids in my life regularly allowed me to do this work, because it's not that I hadn't tried to do the work before. I couldn't do the work before, but this balanced state and this cannabis brings to me so much pain relief, but it helps me be my best me. I am my most balanced. It's called homeostasis. We've got an endocannabinoid system, all the things, but just to me, I am absolutely at my best. I can feel if I have forgotten, which rarely happens, but if I didn't take some tincture in the morning, regardless of how little I absolutely can feel throughout my day and be missing it. That's how much it helps my system to work at its best. And I absolutely believe I am in my best physical, mental, and emotional, I know I've shared that with you, health at 53 years old than I've ever been. And it has absolutely been over the course of this last 18 months, and cannabis allowing me to do the work that I just couldn't ever get in a space of. Cannabis allows me to accept me for just who I am. And that it's magical. I don't even know all the words and the ways to communicate that yet. I'm working on it, but it really does. Cannabis has allowed me to forgive me. It's allowed me to truly see myself, where I can honestly, what were the stories that I told myself before I put the stories down, and really just let myself heal and let myself see myself. So cannabis has done so much magic to me. I think there could be a multi-volume book deal out of this. And then the other piece of it, like you've said, I think it's done incredible things for family and friends, including my husband and my best friend, with instilling in them the importance of, you don't have to be high. My best friend Shannon is not a big fan of THC, and letting her know you don't need to be to get the benefits of this. That was a big thing for me. You don't just have to be high to feel better. You truly do not. And then specifically with my kiddo, as you know, who made a special appearance.
He
at
did.
Right?
Special appearance testimonial at my homemade health class, live for the students. They're not a dry eye in the house,
There
about him
wasn't.
and his girlfriend, and how your tinctures, Mama Bear, helped so much.
Right?
Tell us a little story.
Truly, it was just because I did. My son, unfortunately, like his mama, we suffer from some mental health issues, and he's had a really rough couple of years. He is not a fan of the prescription medications. And so I don't want to say desperation, but in understanding in all that you and CCI had brought to me, and now really being able to, because he knew I was a user, he knew it was improving my life, but I didn't really speak on it. There was still kind of that uncomfortable piece, but to be able to really open up to him, and this is why I want you to do this, and this is what a multi-cannabinoid tincture can do for you. And now that beautiful testimonial he did for you was in June of last year. And my kiddo and his girlfriend both take their tinctures every single day. I'm about to head down this Friday, and on his little hit list of things to bring was, I know you probably already have it, Mom, but we definitely need some more tinctures. I'm like, they're
Can you
already
bring some more
made.
tinctures, Mom? Can you
right?
please? Yeah, I mean, like what every DIYer wants to hear until they're tired of hearing it, but we're never going to do that, really.
Isn't that the truth, Michelle? Well, and that's what I tell him, because he's like, Mom, I feel bad and I should pay you. I'm like, oh, honey, you are allowing me to make, take, and share. Nothing feels better than this. So you have helped me to help myself, which again allowed me to get in a space to help my husband, to help my best friend, to help my son, to help many other people. And that's the hope, is the more of us that can get this message out. And I'm just going to be very candid. The more people, if you are remotely cannabis curious, if you are remotely interested in any of this course is everything that you are looking for, and then some, and then some.
Sure, who else? I mean, I know Tammy Sweet offers a fabulous plant medicine course that several people in our class have also taken.
Right.
We're not trying to do any comparison, because I am for everybody who's advocating for cannabis medicine. Yes. I am for everybody doing their part, creating their courses. I mean, Kirstie, tell the people I am for it.
Oh, she's beyond for it. No, she's absolutely beyond for it. Right. But again, I'm biased, and I'm a Tammy Sweet fan, but you were built for this. your knowledge, your compassion, your understanding of this plant, truly. And I know it from all the other students that I've had the privilege of now calling my cannabis tribe, and the ones that I
Right.
can't wait to meet that we're going to be in course with this next year. There's such a beautiful way that you bring us all together and you bring this knowledge to us. Yes, I am sure there are a plethora of other great DIY cannabis medicine courses. I don't have any interest in any of them. I don't think you should have any interest in any of them. This is it. This is it.
That was my next question, was going to be like, could you describe, the kind of person, or who should take the class, who
Ooh,
you'd
oh, that's good.
recommend?
Okay.
Please come and take it. This is exactly the thing for you. And then also, like, for example, for me, I would say that this class is, although I would love to take on beginners and stuff like that, and people totally new to cannabis,
Right.
honestly, that is not the audience that seems to be coming.
No.
The audience that seems to be coming are people who are already living, like you, 10 years
Right.
of a medical card, living what you think is a cannabis lifestyle, but you want to up level it. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? You want to
Absolutely.
go from just THC and kind of like managing when I'm high and when I'm not
Right.
high, or something
Right.
like that,
Yeah.
to like, what's the approach for this for every day, all the
Right.
time, different
Right.
situations? How does
I,
CBD mix in? How do all these other
yeah.
cannabis mix in?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you that I don't, it is to me, but again, that so much of what I'm about to say is because of the educator that you are, because of the skill set that you have. But I would definitely categorize this as somebody who's taken a billion online courses. This is an advanced course. But again, I want to say advanced in that the curriculum is amazing, the teachers. So I don't necessarily mean advanced in you can't take this if you're a beginner. You absolutely can. However, I think if you are totally green to this, you want to have some kind of understanding. But even if that's a couple of books, now, if you're a CCI student, to me, you're crazy. Your next step should be this. Like, let's be honest. So if you're already somebody who's kind of curious, if you're already somebody that's growing, if you're already somebody very seriously that's just interested in this, if you've got friends or family members, like a lot of us do, that you're curious about this for them, I think that could fit for all those things. I absolutely do. So do I think that this is kind of a cannabis 101? No, I want to stress that. I do feel like some kind of an understanding, but at the same time, I will tell you, and I've said it before, Michelle, do I think that I could have reversed my experience and done homemade health prior to CCI? I do. And
Oh,
don't,
interesting. But you were
I
already,
do.
yeah, okay.
I really do. And I think it may have actually lended some credence and some ease into some of CCI. I
Good.
really do. I really do. So I think that you've got to have a little bit of DIY in you, but
Yeah.
not too much. Like, in all seriousness, I don't think that has to be the lane that you live in. If you are cannabis curious, if you are interested in cannabis as medicine, I think this is a great course for you. I absolutely do. I really do.
Okay, where would you rate the course on? Okay, and this is going to be, I think, a hard question. It's
Okay.
expensive. I'm not, it's not
Mm-hmm.
cheap. And you've commented so many times
Right.
about how nothing about Michelle Crawford's cheap.
Mm-mm.
But like, let's talk about the economics of making your own cannabis medicine these days.
Okay.
What is
So
the Kirstie Sadly perspective on that? Yeah.
yeah, here we're going to go. So the amount that you spend on your course, in comparison, I probably saved that, without exaggeration. I saved that in the first 6 months of making my own medicine and not giving it to dispensaries overpriced. And I'm being very serious with that. So yes, it's an investment, but isn't good education always an investment? I mean, that's really how I feel about it. So, do I think that the cost of your course, the value of your course, is exactly where it should be? I do. I do. What you get from this is so far beyond, I think you've heard me say it's so beyond what my expectation was. I got so much more out of this and continue to. So, this is your bang for your buck, what you're going to save in the experimentation of those over the counter, for lack of a better way to put it, those dispensary items. Because let's be honest, the world works wholesale is what the dispensary is getting it at. And then they're doubling that, if not sometimes tripling it, to then sell it at retail. That's how brick and mortar works. It doesn't have to be cannabis. That's how brick and mortar works. That's the world. So when you look at it in that way and go down to, I'm going to grow my ass off this year and I'm going to make so much medicine. I'm going to make 10, 15 times the amount of medicine that I could if I were just going to out of pocket that. So it's huge what this gives you and your ability and long term. Think about it.
Long term. That's what I think.
Long
term. Take this away from you. You know,
long term.
You can never take it away from you.
Absolutely. So no, it's invaluable. It really is. And if you are, which I think we all have to do in this day and age, if you are money conscious, if you don't have money rolling out of your ass, this isn't, but seriously, this is an investment in understanding and in knowing you can make it better and you can make it for less. Shannon has said it to me for 30 years about her cooking. She and her husband are amazing cooks. And she does. It's hard for them to want to go to a restaurant because, like she's always said to me, Kirstie, I can make it so much better at home and I can make it for so much less. That's exactly what your course has brought to me. I can make it so much better at home. I can know exactly what's in it and I can make it for so very much less.
And let me ask you this. This is crazy thing that always comes up as DIYing in cannabis because everyone pictures oils, butters, fats, cheesecloth, green goop everywhere. So how's the cleanup with the Michelle Crawford system?
Can we please talk about my bougie Canna-bestie setup? First of all, here's the truth. You could go that route of the cheesecloth and all the ridiculousnesses. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. But she's going to let you know what 2 devices you need to be able to do it all easily, efficiently, and economically. And I'm sorry if it was one of those things where, because I've taken enough art class where it's like, okay, this is going to be great. And to produce this item, I'm only going to need to drop $2,000. Like, no, these 2 machines that you educate us on and that you absolutely let us know the importance of, those 2 machines, which again, long-term investment, I have those now and I can make those things. So there is not crazy cleanup. You're not monkeying around with, for lack of it, jerry-rigging things. And no.
Jerry-rigging things.
You're not doing any of that.
You don't have to buy the machine.
You don't have to.
But you'll not make it through the class without seeing the vast, opportunity and benefit of owning and using up-leveled equipment. Okay, the better tool for the job. Everybody knows this.
Absolutely. And I can even say you can use me as the perfect example. I took 2 courses of homemade health before I finally went, oh, what am I waiting for? I have to have a Source Turbo, as you know, because I went, no. I've got my Ardent. I'm doing the things. I'll get around this. I've got this. And it's like, no. After that second course, it's like, I absolutely have to have. And I'm so glad that I have it, right? So I have those 2 apparatuses and I can, at the drop of a hat, I can make whatever medicine I need. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So simple and easy.
And to your point, so simple. And I'm not cleaning up messes and all the shenanigans, which I just don't have time for. I just don't.
And it's gross. And
yeah, it is. It really
nobody has time for that. And
nobody has time for that.
I also teach ways to not even use those machines hardly.
You do. You absolutely do.
Crazily enough.
You absolutely do, right? And truly, if that's where you want to start, it's where a lot of us want to start. But the investment in, if this is your thing, let me just put it that way. If you take this course and love it even close to what I think you will, and this is your thing, those 2 things have to get on an anniversary list, a birthday list, a Christmas, somewhere there, because you need these. You need these.
And this is probably a good time to mention that when you join the course, you are in it for a year. I give the live class 3 times in a year. It's 10 weeks each time. You get the chance to make the same projects. I know this sounds crazy, but I took chemistry 3 times. So I'm just going to tell you that sometimes it takes repetition to get things through your system to actually learn.
Absolutely.
Maybe the first time I give the class and it's live and you're there and you've had the online for a minute, but you didn't even really look at it. Who am I talking about here? Like everybody, right?
Right. Totally.
But I didn't even look at it because I knew the class was coming up. So then, okay, the class is coming. I'm going to start looking at it. Yep. You're going to get through maybe the Canna pantry and you're going to get maybe through the tinctures. And then you're going to kind of fizzle out and something's going to happen. And in week 6, you're like, I don't know, I lost it. And you'll come back in week 9 for the party and you'll be like, I mean,
It's so true, right?
And the community will love you the whole time.
Yes.
Nothing bad will happen, I promise.
Absolutely.
I love these things that I teach people because you can like walk away from infusing something and come back to it. You can walk away from making a concentrate in the SOURCEress and come back to it in your own sweet time. And you know what? With Homemade Health for a whole year, you can come in, learn where you're at, to challenge yourself, and maybe make it, maybe not make it, maybe need another try. And for a whole year, we can do this. We can keep doing this.
And I just have to shout out, Michelle. I mean, truly, it's even for a top tier course, which I certainly see this as, to have that access to not just you, the instructor, but to your support, like I said, to the tribe is just, it's absolutely amazing. Because like you said, there are times where you're like, okay, I stepped away from this, life happened. It's so easy to get back into the swing of it with this community.
And you get excited. Oh, I forgot. I see all my friends.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to invite my girlfriend that I've been talking to about this from last time I took it. And oh my God, the community grows. And thank you so much for supporting my business. That's what the hope here. That's the dream. Yeah. And then every person who comes into the class and learns to make their own canna kit of tinctures, multi-cannabinoid tinctures, their own topicals like lotions instantly, miracle salves, and what do we call them? Those little things we put in ourselves? Suppositories. And big fans. I'll have sold you on the ease and convenience of concentrates. And if you're living this cannabis lifestyle with the ability to grow, I hope you have that safely and legally in your state or your country, then you are going to want to make the concentrates because you're going to be in love with the convenience of them. Absolutely. So boom, boom, boom. Tinctures, topicals, concentrates. Those are all the remedies. Those are all the parts of the body that we like have. You know? They absolutely are.
In it, on it, you know me, pick a hole and put it in and then slap it all everywhere else.
And you make friends and who love cannabis too. How many people do you know? Can I tell a little story about our friend Andrea Maharg?
Yes.
We had a wonderful chit chat the other day because, we're both faculty at CCI and, we're talking business. I know, right? And I said something about how when on my trip to the Philippines, I got several requests from people to put out some videos on how to make cannabis infused cookies. And I just said how to do cookies. And I didn't say cannabis infused when I was talking to her. She goes, oh, the company? And I was like, only one person in 1,000 is going to say cookies, the company.
The company, right?
If you're that person who also knows that cookies is a cannabis company, we're your people.
We're your people. We're your people, 100%.
Cookies are a sweet treat. Join us anyway.
Absolutely.
It's totally fine. Totally
cannabis,
fine.
as you know me, potheads / I say it with so much love, cannabis souls are my favorite human beings. I had no idea, I say they are the loveliest. This thread that connects us all, this beautiful plant that brings us all together. These are the most incredible human beings of ever.
Love it so much.
We do of ever. We love you, cannabis.
We love you, cannabis. All right, Kirstie, you've been amazing. Oh,
sorry.
Maybe it's time for me to let you go so you can attend to your little doggies.
Right.
Oh, I love having you in class. I love having you in this interview. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that your words have reached the people that they were always destined to reach. And if these words are reaching you now and you've come to the very end of this interview with me, please consider taking Homemade Health with us because we'd love to have you. And the light that you'll become as a healer in your community is just something I'm completely invested in. So check below for the link. Look at me. Check below for the link.
I know, good girl. Michelle, I love you. I love everything you do. Thank you so much for being the incredible woman that you are in my life. And I am telling you, treat yourself, come to this community, take this course, learn the ways of make, take, share, and watch what it'll do for your life. Join us, join us, join us.
Thank you so much, Kirstie. I couldn't say it better. I think we should just go ahead and end recording there. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Hope to see you soon.